What we do at this laboratory here is we strive for a biological identification, and a biological identification would be either dentally or through his DNA. A dental identification using X-rays is a positive identification. It's just like a fingerprint.
An Army forensic dentist, Lieutenant Colonel Andy Henry, X-rays the teeth.
He had 10 teeth filled. He was also missing some teeth as well. That does make for a rather unique dental pattern.
But the Army wasn't able to find any usable dental records for comparison, which means final identification will have to come from DNA matching.
We would cut this bone right here for DNA. If the DNA came back and we got a good sequence on it, we would compare the airman's DNA with somebody's DNA in the maternal bloodline, and we could make an identification.
That process was initiated this week. The airman's DNA was sent to a lab for analysis, and all 4 families were contacted for samples of their DNA. The unidentified airman is only one of more than 1,100 military personnel whose remains are being analyzed and identified here at Hickam Air Force Base in Hawaii. Until they are home is the motto of the Joint POW-MIA Accounting Command. 88,000 military men and women are still unaccounted for, 78,000 of them from World War II alone. To find their remains, the scientists travel around the world, from a mountaintop in Tibet, the scene of a World War II crash, to a remote tropical jungle. They have even explored the depths of the South Pacific off the island of Palau in search of a lost naval pilot.
There was a page of history torn out of the lives of that individual who went missing, and it was a page of history torn out of the families and the friends' lives.
History. The military remains being analyzed at the Central Identification Lab date back nearly 200 years to the War of 1812.
This is the one of the 2 individuals from the Monitor.
This skull was recovered from the 1861 wreck of the USS Monitor, the Civil War ironclad, which was raised from the bottom of the Atlantic a few years ago.
It is remarkable condition. It was, of course, you know, in very cold water, and so you don't get a lot of the bacterial activity.
The lab has even identified the soldier from the Vietnam War in the tomb of the unknown soldier.
There will be no unknowns from the Vietnam War. Whether we get everybody or not, I don't know, but it's not going to be for lack of trying.
And all, including the unidentified airmen, are offered a final resting place.
They will be buried with full military honors, and it doesn't matter if they died 6 years ago or 140 years ago. They're still afforded the same honor and the same dignity.
For more than 60 years now, families have been waiting to find out what happened to their loved ones. For one family, the waiting is about to come to an end. The conclusion of Bill Rediker's report coming up.